Overwatch 2 needs to ban the word diff. We should just keep banning words because it's not like we just keep doing that to begin with. It's not like you can't just say a different word to mean the same thing. What does diff mean? Difference. What does difference mean? One tank or one person's doing better than the other. In my case, I just played a game where my tank got diffed so hard. Lost a game because of it. It was a differential. Matter of fact, you can ban the word diff. I'll just say differential. Difference. It's like, just because you make it to where I can't say the short form, don't mean I can't say the long form. If Blizzard is truly interested in getting rid of toxicity in Overwatch 2, they're not. They gave us a leaderboard. Toxicity ain't going nowhere. Why do you think people even say diff in the first place? Because there's a leaderboard. Consider banning the word diff from text chat. How about we just have the folks that are sensitive turn off their chats? I feel like that's a pretty good move right there. If you want to ban matter of fact, every Overwatch player can ban toxicity for the most part on their own. They can get rid of like 90% of toxicity aside from folks throwing your games by turning off voice chat and text chat. Overwatch 2 developers should consider banning the word diff, especially if they truly want to combat toxicity in the hero shooter. Overwatch has struggled with toxicity since its inception. Every game does. Yesterday, I had some folks say some things. I had some dude call me a different color, and it's not a nice word. With Overwatch 2's early access launch, Blizzard has introduced the Defense Matrix Initiative. Oh, that is the most corny thing I've ever read in my life. Which it says it is a way of defending the community from toxic players and cheaters. I have to straighten up my act. I've been saying bot nonstop. I've been calling folks bot. Recently, the past 2 games, I've been a saint. I haven't typed anything in the chat. I've been super nice. But before that, I've been a menace. I might get banned. And cheaters. The cheater part, I'm down with. I don't cheat. This includes some controversial decisions like requiring new Overwatch 2 players to register their phone number. I'm down with that. I don't want to see everyone and their grandma making new accounts, smurfing like crazy. Like, the phone registration thing is good. Sadly, it's a good idea. I know folks don't like that, but it is what it is, bro. Like, people are mad at Smurfs, and then they get mad at a thing that can help curb the smurfing / cheating, as well as recording and transcribing game chat audio. It's unclear if the Overwatch 2 Defense Matrix Initiative has had any impact on the game's toxicity. I've been more toxic than ever. Dude. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a matter of just the matchmaking being horrible, and you actually get people that get diffed. They get differentialed so hard, and you get tilted. You're like, bro, I'm losing a game before it even starts. I have this Muppet on my team, and it's not their fault. It's the matchmaking. Well, who are you supposed to get mad at? You can't get mad at the matchmaking. You can't be like, matchmaking, you're trash. Nah. All you can do is take out your anger and aggressions on the people that are getting diffed. That's why. So, honestly, we don't need to curb toxicity. We need to improve Overwatch 2. You improve Overwatch 2, and you curb toxicity. Thank you. But anyone that plays the game regularly will be well aware that toxicity is still a major problem in the game. Yeah, come on, guys. Stop being so mean. Stop calling people bots. Stop saying diff. Like, come on, y'all. We don't have to be toxic. We can be a better community. And we should have leaders that lead by example. And I would be one of those people, but I can't because I'm actually kind of toxic. What does diff mean in Overwatch 2? One word in particular has been weaponized. Ooh, sheesh. Got that WMD. Damn, you go to English school one time, you got that WMD on you. It's called words. Weaponizing words out here to spread toxicity. And that's the word diff. For those unfamiliar with the term, it is basically used to criticize players' performance as specific characters or roles. For example, if Overwatch 2 players think their damage players are not pulling their weight compared to the enemy team, they might say DPS diff. Or in long form, DPS damage per second differential, mate, in the chat. Or if both teams have a Reinhardt and one is outperforming the other, they might say Reinhardt diff to point this out. With Overwatch 2's switch to 5v5 setup, it seems that diff comes up most often to complain about healers or tank players. It's because there's a leaderboard. It has nothing to do with the 5v5, 6v6. It could be a 1v1 diff. It doesn't matter. There is a leaderboard. The leaderboard lets you know, at least stats-wise, who's not performing well. But stats don't tell the whole picture, to be fair, because you can have folks that are doing a bunch of healing, but they ain't healing when it matters. They're just like heal botting, and they don't use their abilities or heals when it actually matters. So it can be a worrying situation in that sense, but I don't know. I think diff's a funny word. Overwatch 2, wait, Ramatra. Diff serves no purpose in Overwatch 2 beyond trying to make other players feel bad about how they're playing. That's a pretty good purpose sometimes. Sometimes you want to hurt somebody with your words. And it's a mean thing to want to do, but sometimes you feel like you want to do that because some people lack discipline and they have to lash out. It sucks. I feel like diff is one of the nicest things you can say to someone if you're trying to be mean. That's all I'm going to say. Which is exactly the reason why people use it to begin with. This breeds toxicity. I mean, it's better to breed toxicity than to inbreed toxicity, you know what I'm saying? And it may make poorly performing players even less interested in trying in the match. I mean, it depends. I feel like whenever someone says diff, you usually try harder. You're like, nah, F that. It's not a difference. I'm better. And then you try harder. But there are some people that throw regardless. There's some folks, if you say anything at all, they're just like, oh, throwing time. But chances are that they couldn't help you begin with. Like, they were not really valuable teammates in the first place. Blizzard has established a precedent for banning certain phrases in Overwatch 2 text chat. Like what? Oh, GG easy? That's funny. It's funny that they banned that because now when you people type GG easy because it like does like a different phrase that is like exactly what they typed. It makes you just as mad. It only makes sense for diff to get the same treatment. For years, Overwatch players that type GG easy in chat have had their messages automatically changed to a positive phrase. If you know it's changed to a positive phrase, you know they're being toxic though. Should be done with the word diff, assuming Blizzard is truly interested in rooting out Overwatch 2 toxicity. If you want to root out Overwatch 2 toxicity, you gotta either turn off voice chat, text chat, ban people who throw, make it so you can't one-trick characters. Because one-tricking characters also breeds toxicity, by the way. When you have someone on your team who's only playing one character and they're doing absolute nothing, that gets people riled up. It's like, why don't you switch? Wait, matter of fact, you can't stop toxicity. You could be playing the character you like playing really well, and people will still flame you for no reason. Trust me, it happened to me yesterday. I was farming on Drucker Queen, and my teammate dies, and the first thing he says is, "Why the F are we on Drucker Queen?" And then he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I was like, are you okay? It's likely that the community will think of a new way to be toxic. Oh, really? Yeah, it's almost like you just explained how we said GG easy, and then we said diff. It's almost like there's no limit to how toxic people can be if they're trying to hurt someone's feelings. Although I find it funny that we're doing it in ways that are tame. I think that is respectable. There's an artistic vision in that. And trying to say things in a way that's not super mean, but it gets the point across. Even if diff was removed from the game, even so, getting rid of the word may provide some short-term relief for the community. What are you, FEMA? And lead to somewhat less toxic game chats and matches where things aren't going one's way. Damn, y'all's Reinhardt sucks is a little bit harsher than hearing Reinhardt diff, IMO. Overwatch 2 is out. No, okay, I don't care. That's Dalton Cooper. Holy articles, Batman. You know what's crazy about that? Imagine if he wasn't making articles and he was just making Twitter posts. He'd have like 40,000 tweets by now. Well, that was a fun article.